Well, that hiatus didn't last long at all, and welcome to Let's Play Assassin's Creed 3. This was the LP I was doing on the other channel, but I decided to move back to this one for reasons that I won't get into. I'm just going to reload all these parts back up to YouTube, but this and one other part aren't able to be downloaded from that channel, and I can't use any outside sources to either. So I'm just going to re-record these two parts before plopping them up on YouTube. So, without further ado, let's press start. And this theme for the game, like, it's surprising. It's sort of movie-ish in a way. I don't know, I like it, I guess. But first we gotta log into this Ubisoft server, because they have a thing. I don't know why it's taking so long. Usually goes pretty quick. Anyway, so there's the DLC Tyranny of King Washington, but I'm not going to do that. So, might as well start up a new game. Just so you can get the full feel of all the cutscenes and not just go straight to the missions, like I would have to if I could replay a sequence. Whatever. Let's take the longest time to type in Black Flare 13 and not edit this out at all. I don't know what I was thinking. Might as well just put an ass again. That's funnier.
Used to be when people talked about the end of the world, we locked them up. Or laughed them off. Sometimes both. But we never took them seriously. Maybe we should have. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Better to start at the beginning, with the abduction of Desmond Miles, my son. This boy had no ambition, no direction, no plans for the future. What he did have was a heritage, one he chose to deny. It nearly cost him his life. He was captured and imprisoned. Those who took him believed he could help them find something. The apple. One of several artifacts we call pieces of Eden. Bits of ancient technology scattered across the globe. Some hidden, some found, all of them dangerous. Most are held by a single group, the same group that now had Desmond. You know them as Abstergo Industries. We know them as the Templars, as the enemy. We've been fighting them for thousands of years, even longer if you believe the stories of their origins. I do. After all, I've seen the truth. That's the beauty and the horror of the Animus. A device that allows us to enter and experience the lives of our ancestors. It holds the power to change everything, to show us history the way it really happened. Up until its creation, to the victor went the spoils, went the truth. We're trying to fix that, to free minds and bodies both. But there's only so much that we can do, and the Templars have the upper hand these days. But something larger than the Assassins and Templars is approaching, bigger than all of us. And if we can't find a way to stop it, these next few weeks will probably be our last. Everyone's last. In the end, it all comes down to him. To Desmond. Through the Animus, he discovered his heritage, explored the lives of his ancestors, and uncovered their secrets. When that was done, he trained. He used another ancestor to provide decades of experience in the span of a few days. It worked. We think. We hope. Soon, though, soon we'll know. That ominous date fast approaches, December 21st, 2012. None of us knows what it'll bring, only that this is where they want us to be, when it does. They've been guiding us in their own fractured, frustrating way. These voices from the first civilization, the ones who came before, a precursor race of immense power and uncertain motives. They're the ones who made the pieces of Eden. This is where they've led him, and through him, us. He stands at the entrance to this long-lost place, armed with the knowledge of Altair and the abilities of Ezio. He holds in his hands the apple of Eden, and we stand at his side, ready to support him however we can. His name is Desmond Miles, and he has brought us to the end. we're here. Let's go.
So, just in case any of you didn't actually know what's going on in this series at that point, that was an entire recap. And even then, it doesn't really matter, because this is just all background story that they, for some reason, put in the game. It's not particularly important or interesting, so let's try to get into the past as soon as possible. It's not letting me run, though. I hate future Desmond, though. It's so stupid.
In another moment, down went Alice after it, never once considering how in the world she was to get out again.
Oh, good. So, this is just a loading screen that you can press forward on. Yep, see, we're already in a different location. That's great. Awesome. I'll be really bitter about this beginning part. Don't you worry.
I think we're here.
You must find the key.
Son?
Sir. Here we go again.
Desmond?
Do you hear us?
Yeah. What happened?
The temple triggered a bleeding effect. You collapsed and entered into a fugue state.
So naturally, you dropped me into the Animus instead of, I don't know, making sure I was okay?
You weren't in any danger. Besides, the temple appeared to be communicating with you, and I didn't want to risk severing the connection. At least not until we knew what it wanted.
Right. Of course.
Son,
No, it's fine. I get it. And I know what I'm looking for, by the way. It's a key. Just no idea where it is, though. I guess that's why she triggered the bleeding effect.
She?
Juno, Dad. She's talking to me.
Okay, Desmond. While you were, visiting Constantinople, we picked up a software update for the Animus. I'd like to run a couple of quick tests, make sure there aren't any major issues.
All right. What do you need me to do?
We'll start simple. Walk to the marker over there.
Oh good, we're finally playing. So we just gotta do some running, I guess. Tutorial on motions and stuff. Yep. It's pretty cool.
Okay, Desmond. Let's practice climbing on these objects.
Sure, whatever you say. Right now, it's just it's just an example of how simple the system in this game is. In the other games, you would have to hold down A as well. But, it's sort of a downfall of this game because if you held A, you would climb?
Free run your way through this little obstacle course.
So it would make things easier, honestly. Because in this game, if you're just holding RT and not A, you can end up running up walls when you're just trying to turn a corner or something. So it can frustrate you, but
That's a
it's easy enough.
These are optional objectives.
And I've given up
that
on
raise your
caring, so
synchronization rate.
what they're
All
saying
right,
is there are
Follow
optional
the
things you can
on-screen
do in each mission,
instructions and kill the
and
two
you get an
Templars.
achievement at the end if you do them all. Yeah. But I'll be trying to get as many as possible, and I'll even go back and fix some if, like, they're a huge part of the mission.
you have to do
That's
here
like a
is jump
side
the gap.
mission sort of thing in the mission. But for the most part, if I mess one up, I'll just go with it. Fix it later. So we can get the special thing you get if you solve them all that isn't just an achievement. Okay, let's do it without dying. Whoa. Guys, this is intense. Yep, almost done. Don't you worry. Once we run over this, this roof that's starting to look actually like something, we might actually get into the memory. Whoa!
Synchronization levels look good now. We should be able to build the world. Time to find out what the temple wants from you.
Sir. Everything all right, sir?
Yes, fine. I'm just preoccupied, that's all.
Don't forget your invitation. Master Birch will be meeting you inside.
Thank you.
Where shall I retrieve you once you're done?
Front of the Opera House. And be quick about it. Don't expect to be here long.
I'll bring her round at once.
Invitation, please. Shall I take your coat, sir?
Cool. So now we're playing a British person, I guess. Yeah, I like him better than the other characters in this game, but we'll have to get to that later, because right now we gotta find a seat. So this mission has some really intense mission objectives for this early in the game, and I mean, just look. We gotta walk up to the blips and be directed to our seats. But really, guys, this game doesn't handhold you at all.
Evening, Hatham.
Reginald?
I can't tell you how happy I was to hear they'd mounted this revival. Gay's best work by far. Have you seen it before?
Once. My father brought me here as a child. Though I remember little of it.
I don't suppose tonight will afford me the luxury of a proper viewing either.
No, I'm afraid it won't. On to business then. Do you see him?
Okay, so now we get to do some eagle vision, which is now pressing the L stick instead of holding Y.
He's seated in one of the boxes above.
The stairs are watched. You'll need to find another way up.
Both against roads
I
and
already have.
for 'tis but fitting that we should protect and encourage cheats, since we live by 'em.
So, this is the funniest thing for me about this whole beginning section. So, we can't go in the back way, because the stairs are being watched. So, obviously, we're going to climb up this ladder and go to some, like, vent system, or, like, go in the attic area or something. And not just, you know, climb up the ladder that will go around the outside of the auditorium on some rails right above people's heads, because no one will look up bored during the play. Just, you know, eyes wander and see this man climbing. No, that's not a possibility at all. I mean, it's fine for a climbing tutorial. Gameplay-wise, it's fine, because you're not just pressing forward now, you're pressing right. And once you get to a blip, you usually climb up. But it's just, like, no one sees this guy. Like, none of these people see this guy climbing up beside him. Oh, now he's in the light. He's not even in the shadow. But whatever. Oh, and here's the new thing about this game. Lockpicking! Lockpicking in this game is you put the thing in and you turn the stick until it vibrates. And then, once it vibrates, there we go. You put the other stick and you rotate that until it vibrates. And now you just mash. And there, lock-picked. Well, that was a cutscene. So now, let's be even more stealthy. Just gotta get up on this thing and, well, we broke the set. That's good. No one will notice. The loud thunk and the sandbag hitting the ceiling or anything, no. Hey, another ladder. Oh. Whoa! There we go again. Are you telling me no one in the front row of the crowd saw that the moon come down for no reason? I guess not. Yeah, get up there. There we go. There we go. Sweet. Cool.
Well, I love to make them easy one way or other.
Haytham. You should have come to me. We would have found another way. Yes. But then you would have known. For what it's worth, I'm sorry. As am I.
And you can hold this X for as long as possible, but nothing happens. Yeah, Assassin's Creed has some really ugly children. Like, scary looking even. So, yeah, don't worry. We don't see any more up close in this game. They just run around just screaming and laughing and stuff. Whatever. So, now we gotta sneak out socially. Yeah, it's just a matter of you hold the fast walk button and you go to the blips. This mission's more just setting up that oh, this guy assassinated someone. And that's about it. Really, it's just teaching about low profile and giving you just a basic tutorial about everything. And let's just push some people out of the way right now. That man doesn't care, even though he's keeping everyone else in. Whatever, that's cool. Hey, that's rude. Come on, it's one guy murdered. If they wanted to kill someone else, they would have already. And we're almost out of the Opera House, so just gotta make it down these stairs. And over to the blip, and we should be done with this mission. That's pretty easy. Yep, and there we go.
And how was the opera?
Rather dull, truth be told.
Shall we be off then?
Aye. To Fleet and Bride.
By your command.
Fascinating. Gentlemen, I hold in my hand a key. And if this book is to be believed, it will open the doors of a storehouse built by those who came before.
Ah, yes. Those who ruled, reigned, and vanished from the world. Do we know what it is that will be held within?
It could contain certain knowledge. Perhaps a weapon, or something as yet unknown, unfathomable in its construction and purpose. It could be any of these things, or none of them. They are still an enigma, these precursors. But of one thing I am certain. Whatever waits behind those doors shall prove a great boon to us all.
Or our enemies, should they find it first.
They won't. You've seen to that.
I assume you know where this storehouse is?
Ah, Mr. Harrison.
Gentlemen,
How fare your calculations?
I believe the site lies somewhere within this region.
That's a lot of ground to cover.
My apologies. Were that I could be more accurate.
That's all right. It suffices for a start. And that is why we've called you here, Master Kenway. We'd like for you to travel to America, locate the storehouse, and take possession of its contents.
I'm yours to command, although a job of this magnitude will require more than just myself.
Of course. Upon this paper are the names of 5 men sympathetic to our cause. Each is also uniquely suited to aid you in your endeavor. With them at your side, you will want for nothing.
Well, then I'd best be on my way.
I knew our faith in you was not misplaced. We've booked you passage to Boston. Your ship leaves at dawn. Go forth, Hatham, and bring honor to us all.
And with that, we're heading off to the USA. Or at the time, the colonies. Whatever, it's my America. That's all I care about.